thousands of years, man and horses have shared a special bond. Humans have had many uses of horses throughout history, from transportation, war, food, companionship, work, and sport. And one of them is Apollo, a horseback ball game, the oldest of equestrian sport. The sport of polo was first played in Persia at dates given sometime between 600 BC and 100 AD. At first, polo was a training game for cavalry units, usually the King's Guard or other allied troops, with as many as 100 men on a side. From Persia, the game spread east to Tibet, China, Japan, and India. The name polo was supposed to have originated from the Tibetan language Balti, related to Tibetan pulu or folo, which means a ball. The modern polo game originated in Manipur, a northeastern state of India. The game played on a horseback between two teams, 4 players of each, who use mallets with a long flexible handle to drive a wooden ball down a grass field between two goal posts. Polo has a minified version called Ariana Polo, in which field is much smaller in size and enclosed by walls on all sides. Other variations are snow polo, in which game is played on ice surface, and beach polo, where game is played on sand-covered fields rather than grass fields used for regular polo. In the next form of polo, players will need western rancher boots, chaps, high crown wide brim hat, and jeans.
समझ रहे हो समझ रहे हो आप समझ रहे हो ना
Yes, cowboy polo is another format of polo. This version is also played by 2 teams, but instead of 4 members, it has 5. Also, players use a large red rubber medicine ball instead of a wooden ball. It is usually played in rodeo arena and can be played outdoors or indoors. To play upcoming variation of polo, team members don't require mallets. Alternatively, they require lacrosse stick. This variant is known as Polo Cross. It's a combination of lacrosse and polo. The objective of the sport is to carry ball with a stick and throw it through opponent's goal post. Next format is Argentina's national sport. In the initial games of this format, rather than a ball, players use a live duck.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
This variation of polo is named as pato. Pato is a Spanish word for duck. This version is a mix of polo and basketball. In the modern format of pato, players compete for the ball, which is made of leather and features 6 equidistant handles. In the course of the next variant of polo, participants don't use mallet and ball. Rather, they use dead goat. This format is termed as Padsukashi. It is a sport in which riders on horses attempts to drag a goat carcass towards the goal. Padsukashi played around Central Asia and is a national sport of Afghanistan. If you guys are thinking that no matter the difference is each form of polo cannot play without horses, then you are wrong.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Because to cooperate in the contiguous version, contestant rides on the largest land mammals on Earth. Yes, elephant polo is a variation of a polo. The equipment used in elephant polo includes a standard polo ball and a 6 to 10 feet cane stick with a polo mallet at the end. In this variation, two people rides on each elephant. Elephants are steered by mahouts, while player tells mahout which way to go and hits the ball. If polo can play while steering elephants, then it could play while riding.
अबे जल्दी बोल, कल सुबह पनवेल निकलना है।
Yachts. There is a yak polo, which is generally played in the Himalayas. Since horses struggle to cope with the air at altitude over 3,500 meters, hence yaks are operate as an alternative of horses. You probably expecting that which other animal has to be handled within upcoming version of polo. But next format does not require to ride on animals. Rather have to float on water.
Oh my god! Wow!
Yes, water polo is a team sport, competes in a swimming pool. It consists of two teams, 7 players each, 6 field players and 1 goalkeeper. Within a game, athletes swim to move about the pool, passing the ball and shooting at the goal. If it can compete while floating on water, then why not a use of a light, narrow boat? This format of polo is designated as canoe polo or kayak polo. Canoe polo is a combination of basketball, kayaking, and water polo. In this format, the ball can throw using hands or a paddle. Also can maneuver to pass between team members and to shoot at the goal. To take part in an upcoming form of polo, participants does have to ride on a human-powered, pedal-driven, single-track vehicle. This variation is termed as bicycle polo, aka cycle polo, or bike polo. It is a team sport similar to traditional polo, except that bicycle is used in place of horses. There are two versions of bicycle polo: traditional grass game and hardcore bike polo. Within the forthcoming variant, members don't have to pedal. Such version is labeled as motoball, also referred to as motorcycle polo. It is a team sport in which participants steer motorcycle to move around football type field. This sport is derived from association football and polo. To play upcoming variant of polo, participants have to steer smart motion, control system, self-balancing battery powered electric vehicle. A Segway personal transporter. Rules of a Segway polo are similar to bicycle polo and horse polo. There is a Segway Polo World Championship, referred as Woz Challenge Cup. It is named after Steve Wozniak, co-founder of Apple Incorporated. Just before involved into the next variation of polo, participants have to find a driver that screams at every other person on the road pretty much continuously, and a three-wheeler taxi cab. A tuk-tuk auto rickshaw.
ओ भाई मारो मुझे मारो मारो मुझे मारो मारो नहीं ये मजाक हो रहा है एक सेकंड यार मजाक हो रहा है
This form is known as tuk-tuk polo. In this form, the field put to use for gameplay is of same size as used for polo. Each tuk-tuk has a driver who is responsible for piloting the vehicle and a player who is responsible for striking the ball. Next format of polo is so dangerous.
Wow! Very dangerous!
That many participants have died during competition.
मरना तेरे को डर नहीं लगता?
This variant is no longer played in any part of the world. This version was known as auto polo or polo with cars. It was so dangerous that an actual surgeon was on site during the matches. In this format, each team consisted of two cars. Two players rode on each car, where one player was responsible for piloting the vehicle and other player was responsible for striking the ball. In the end, I just want to say that the game of polo is incredible sport. The game has evolved over 2500 years into quite a vision. It's all about speed, fitness, and great relationship between riders, horses, and other team members. That's it for this video. If you know any other related version of polo, then write into comment section. Share this video and subscribe to Sirius Boy. Thanks for watching.